Alright, let's go kick a magician's butt. It's probably not going to happen right away. We're still going to need to get a little bit of strength while we travel around in this place. A new slew of monsters await us in this forest, and they are not friendly. They're also quite varied. Thunderball there in the middle is very similar to a blood gel. It will simply fire the 6 homing arrows at us, just doing more damage. The Temptress will attempt to cast the Earth version of Ice Wall. The Ant doesn't do anything particularly amazing, it simply attempts to shoot 3 wind cutters at you. Ow. And the big tarantula there in the back will use an... I want to say it's an earth spell. It might be a fire spell. I don't use it very often. It's kind of useless for the player to have. Mostly because you can only hit one person with it on a normal basis. Sometimes you can get lucky, and if you stack it right, all 4 boulders, when it ejects from the model, will hit the target. But the enemies that you can do that against are few and far between. It can happen to you, though, so you gotta be careful if you run into one up front. I don't know if we can take this many Thunder Gels. It's not that we can't kill a couple of them, I just don't know if we can kill all of them. Ooh, we definitely can with that. Yeah, that's very good. Although the rate we're going, we're going to run out of MP. That's a concern. Suppose we can come over here and just... what, hit one? To regain a bit of it back? Still though, we're not looking great. I think we have to try and hit all 3. No, we can't. Okay, it's looking like we need to run. Unfortunate, but it happens. Yeah, they heal if you run away. Very weak healing spell. Okay, we'll have to go back to the safety of the loading zone. The enemy here is fairly strong. It would not be wise to underestimate him. Zace, or Zeiss? Can't quite remember his name. He's a tough cookie. Largely because there's not a whole lot of getting around his attacks. If you time it, or rather, if you space yourself properly, you can attempt to get him to do something very similar to what Solvering did, where he shoots out the beam in front of him, but it requires that you get in a very specific spot. And if you mess it up, you can take a lot of damage because he'll run over and do his melee attack. It's also not as easy to dodge as Solvering's. Like, the spacing has to be pretty perfect. Well, perfect might not be quite accurate. It has to be good. We still can't win these fights. These ants are pretty low, but we just don't have the MP to do it. It's also frustrating because they're all bunched up like that. That would be a prime target. Okay, we're gonna need to get our MP fully back here. No, what am I doing? I was hoping we would have walking water by this point. I don't know if we're gonna get it. Ice knife. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. It's not a good idea to fight Zeiss, whatever his name is, with wind, for obvious reasons. But our current water spells, aside from Ice Knife, are not long range. Taking a lot of hits here. It's good for our HP in the long run, but I mean good for raising our max HP, I should say. For some reason the ants, you can't dodge their triple wind cutter the same way that you can often dodge other characters. You can't stand still due to the angle that the ants shoot it out. I'm gonna try and run in a circle. Yeah, it looks like with the ants you have to do the run in the circle technique. Because that way we just get hit by the one instead of all three. Oh, shoot. Finally. One victory. I don't want to get too deep, although if we get too deep we can always use escape. I guess it doesn't matter. Temperatures are rough because of the damage they deal. Also, I think they're immune to Ice Wall because the graphic won't reach them. So we can't hope to freeze them. Their models are frustratingly in the air. $18 damage, it's just so much. Can we fight them with Wind Cutter? We could, but it would take so long. Oops, not what I meant to do. We don't have a good option against the Temptresses. These guys... they'll be relatively okay. Oh gosh, what was I thinking? I thought we would be okay. Can we not fight them? We just have to not get hit by that orc's heavy attack. Ow. The orc is too much. Something I think is neat though is, check this out. Every time we hit the orc, he bounces back. It's different. Other enemies aren't like that. I know that was hard to see on the camera, but yeah, it means that spells like Wind Cutter will actually push them back further than other spells. I don't know why we're fighting this. Also interesting though, the orc's AI will have him execute an attack when he's farther away from you than a normal enemy would, because it knows that when it does its jump, it jumps forward So it's smart enough to know that it can hit you from a distance, which is pretty neat. I feel lame, but I think the Termants are our current entryway into this particular dungeon. They're the only enemy we can reliably kill. Even then we take quite a bit of damage. It's just so much. I'm not even playing it right. This area is a bit of a wall. I think mostly because it asks Brian to have high HP and high defense, and the fights themselves last a little longer. The enemies in this forest hit hard. When you think about it, the orc does 25 damage, which is about a quarter of our HP. Meaning that if we were fighting only an orc, that would mean we have 3 turns to kill it. Which I'm not sure we can do. We'll get there eventually, though. The more we get hit, the more defense we get. The more defense we get, the better off we are. Same with HP. This should be a winnable fight. We need to be really careful, though, because if we don't kill this tarantula next to us... Okay. I was going to say, it's going to use its rock attack, and depending on the angle, we might get hit by multiple boulders. Oh, passed the turn. Did not mean to do that. But yeah, really, when you think about it, there's no way to increase Brian's stats aside from losing or spending them. And because this dungeon asks you to be able to take quite a punishment, it's not the soul level that's the problem with our character. More spells isn't going to fix our problem. And to a point, stronger spells isn't even going to fix our problem. There really aren't that many stronger spells that we would have access to that would change these fights. After all, this game just doesn't work like that. Typically the spells you get later on in an elemental tree are stronger, but they're not like always a one-to-one replacement. It's not like you get the level 40 spell and it just flat out does more damage. More often than not, you can use it against more people, or it's homes, or it has a status effect applied to it, that kind of thing. Aside from the base elemental spells, you typically don't get a spell that just reads higher level version does more damage. How is he not dead yet? Thought we had him. The level's nice. I'm not seeing that we got anything new, though. Water Pillar 3, we already had that. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything new. Big highlights in water are going to be walking water, Eventually, I think we might get Soul Search level 2. It's not that exciting, but it is a spell that will eventually get Drain Mana or Drain Magic, something like that. What else do we get? There is no Healing 3. There is something else. I just can't remember what it is. Which means it's probably not important. That Temptress in the back is going to be trouble. Probably want to focus on her first. See, that's the issue. That blade went right under her. Her hitbox is really weird. Sometimes you can hit her, sometimes you can't. Kind of just depends on where she is. Also, as you see, if she's at a distance from you, she just does that really weak arrow spell. I should be dodging that. This is a little dangerous. We're gonna want to move away because the ant is gonna do his thing. Go ahead and throw one of these out. Okay, we just won the fight. Assuming this doesn't miss. Of course. Of course. Oh, he would have died anyway. Still pretty sure we won though. Yeah. We'll get there eventually, Brian. It's kind of funny though. The spirits themselves, or the levels that you gain through them, are simply keys to access certain spells. And because they aren't linear, necessarily, like obviously Restriction 2 is better than Restriction 1 in that it hits everyone, but they're not like a straight 1-to-1 ratio as described earlier. You don't get Flare 1, Flare 2, and Flare 3, and Flare 3 just does more damage brainlessly. They aren't correlative on a 1-to-1 ratio to your power. And at this point in the game, you really start feeling that. Remember how I said earlier we could have gone pure wind with a little bit of healing in water and probably have been fine? This is the part of the game you would start feeling the weight of your pure wind choice. You would have dumped all these points into wind, but it's not taking you anywhere. You've already got your wind large cutter spell. You've already got your restriction spell. I mean, what else are you putting points in there for? Very specifically, we're putting more points into water so that we gain higher healing, as well as the Drain Magic spell. Once we get that, there's no real reason to put points into water. Might even be tempted to put some into fire after that. Just to gain the attack up spells. I'm not quite sure. At that point of the game, though, we'll be at the very end. Well, not the very end. Pretty close, though. I want to say water, you don't get drain mana until like 42? Around there? I feel like we're inching in a little closer each time. We came in with about 100 HP. We have 108 now. It's funny how those 8 HP actually matter. I guess when you think about it, that is an 8% increase. Ah, that's frustrating. We could try to do Waterfall. We're still going to take 20 each turn. Unless, of course, they miss like that. I'm pretty sure Ice Wall doesn't reach them. I'm going to try it. Pretty sure Ice Wall can't hit them. Oh, it can? But it hit that one on the... Or it missed that one on the right. Let's try it again. Yeah, okay. So it can hit them, but the hit rate is kind of funky. Ugh, it's because they dance out of the range. I hate these guys. Suppose we should probably just engage them from a distance. Takes longer, but it's much safer. Pretty close to a new spirit. Don't really have the mana for this. Wow. That was fast. There's a game called Cthulhu Saves the World. Well, I am Breath of Death 7, I think it was what it was called, Breath of Death 7. But both games had a very interesting take on random battles. After you fought so many random battles in an area, the battles ran out. Because it was supposed to just give you an out. That way you didn't have to keep fighting the same random battles over and over again. We got Soul Searcher too. Progress! Oh, this is nice. Come on. Where's Walking Water? This home may sound sinister. It's actually a really good place to recoup. Should be good to go now. Zeiss is kind of close. He's up here a bit. Watch, he's gonna have a completely different name. Like, his name is gonna be George or something. It's boring, but we just stand back here and shoot things, I think. It is kind of funny that this is the more productive method of fighting this battle, given the nature of the close-range spells of the Temptress. Why call her a Temptress? Why not call her like a pixie or something? It's hell on our MP, though. But it does actually guarantee that we can win the fight. Another spirit. There we go. Walking water. 35. Walking water actually might be pretty good against... the Temptresses. That's Walking Water. A very nice spell that shoots a beam of waterfall. Yeah, you heard me. A beam of waterfall forward, dealing quite a bit of damage as well. It's kind of like the wind cutter, or the wind equivalent of large cutter, except it goes way farther. We should be able to use that to fight the Magician, which means at this point, we're probably good to fight him. We can outlast him with a combination of healing spells and then our items in general. There is a concern to be had regarding our MP. We have a couple items that restore MP. Let's take inventory. Okay. Healing Potion will boost us up to 150, although that seems like a bit of a waste. Otherwise we don't... Well, we have the Hero's Drink that'll restore 40 MP. A mint leaf for 20. 2 mint leaves for 20. It's not amazing, though. Could be so much better. I don't know. We'll pad our stats out a little bit more. Oh, we did not heal. I don't want to fight this many Temptresses. Oh wait, we have Walking Water. What am I thinking? Here we go. What? Hang on. Did I do this wrong? Oh my goodness. It just doesn't hit them. Temptress OP, please nerf. There, we hit him once. That's ridiculous. Those things' hitboxes are so crazy. Or maybe the truth is that the waterfall's hitbox is crazy. What the? Lamia. Ow. Probably need to get a side of them. So many wind blades. Ow. Moving does not help. I think we should just stand still. Ugh. That is still not better. Man, I don't think we can fight him. Okay. It's the same two. They're guarding Glyce's... Glyce. I need to pick a name. They're guarding the Vagabonds section of the forest. Forgot about this. Healing potion. I suppose we don't have to worry about healing in the boss fight. Still have to worry about MP usage, though. I think these guys are weak to wind. Although we have so many points in water, maybe we should use water instead. Yeah, still do more damage with water. We've probably reached that point where that's just going to be the case all the time. It would be nice if we stopped missing, though. Okay, let's try an ice wall. Eh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, try the same strategy. 81! Jeez Louise. I was hoping to get the cheeky freeze. A little bit more. Let's maybe make a goal. We'll go in at 115 HP. If we want to raise our HP, we should use our staff more. Not against these people, though. These guys hurt too much. And the question is, can we kill them in a DPS race? Oh, the answer is no. They're far too strong. Good way to raise HP, though. I suppose. Dangerous way. So it seems that the straight waterfall does the most damage out of our repertoire. Sorry, our grimoire of spells. Dealing 80 to most things. I'm going to assume the ants are resistant to water, which is why they're taking 40. Wrong spell. Keeping a couple frozen should buy us a few free turns. So painful. Uh-oh. Okay. That was probably worth some good HP EXP. Yeah, 94 to the next one. Or 94% filled towards the next one. They're just like stuck on the side of the hill. Maybe actually the... Do you think the Termin... Or what are these things called? Arachnoids. Do you think the arachnoids are weak to water? That way we do so much damage? 100 is a lot. First time we've broken 100 this game, isn't it? Couldn't quite reach the other. Alright. Managing to burn our way through these guys pretty well. I don't like these people. I don't like it when that happens. Ow. Also, I don't think you can hit the Temptresses with staff attacks. Yeah, like, look. There's no way to do it. We shouldn't have fought this. I'm just gonna leave. Is it enough MP back? Pretty much to full. Oh, you know, I said hitting that guy multiple times knocks him back further. Is that true? Let's try it out. Yeah, kind of. %, into 113. Rough. Gotta be careful. He's up here somewhere. Standing still seems to get us hit the most by those things, but like moving doesn't really protect us that much either. Then we always run into this situation where we have to run away. Perhaps we need to utilize walking water? The real issue is that it just deals too much damage. We can't keep up with them. This is a good way to lose HP though, in order to raise our max. Hey! That's all it took. How is a jack-o'-lantern not weak to fire? Where's the justice? Give us your delicious, delicious HP EXP. $114. You gals again. We don't want to tango with you. Must be around the corner. Now that was supposed to hit both of them. We can kill those orcs, but they still hit like a truck. $111. Those ones are certainly no issue. It's annoying because we only hit one of them with that. As did we with that. Trying to get to the side so we can hit them with walking water. Is it better to do 80 to both and take more damage? Or deal 60 to both and possibly not get hit by quite as many wind blades? Not sure which is the better of those deals. Probably to do 60 to both. Unless we miss, of course. You guys do anything aside from shoot wind? Ha! Look at that. 115. Okay. There's our foe. Gonna get some of our MP back here. Well, hopefully all of it. 31. Well, not what we want to do right now. Okay. I think we're ready to go. Let's go get that wind mage. What a spooky looking dude. Zelts. That was his name, not Zeiss. Get out of my way, Brett. I'm the one who now holds the wind jade. All you who belittled my power are about to be blown to smithereens. Why, if you say so. Alright, this is where we test my aim. It's not good! Okay, so each turn he's going to advance towards us, and then he's going to use that fancy wind cutter ability. Our goal is to get him to walk a little bit close to us, but not too close. I'll show you what I mean. We also have to line up each and every one of these water walk shots, which is annoying. Here, he might use it here. This is what we want. That move. So, if we can get him stuck in a loop where he just uses that move over and over, we can make it so that we don't take damage from him. Yeah, we're too far away. It's tricky though, because if we get too close to him, he'll use his melee attack. Well, it's like a giant eruption of wind, really. Come on, Zels. I know you want to hit us with your fancy wind rift. There we go. I think I just wasn't close enough. Actually, do we need walking water? Can we hit him with this? Looks like we can. Huh. Let's try it like that. But it does a lot more damage. Well, 20 more damage. Still a lot. Uh-oh, no! We didn't mean it! We didn't mean it! Ow! Yeah, well then he does that. If we get too close. No, crap. Wasn't paying attention. Come on! Use your rift! No! What are you doing? This fight's gonna get tricky, that's for sure. No! What? Why are you using your melee attack on us? There we go. Just use that. You don't need to use anything else. No! Okay, good. Alright, we're gonna need some MP here. Let's see, about, what, right here-ish? Of course we miss. What else would you expect? Zells, come on, work with us here, buddy. It's so hard to predict how we need to stand in order to get him to do what we want. Oh, wow. Got him. Choose your element. Wind Jade obtained. Get anything cool? No, it's fine. Okay. So let's go further into the forest, I guess. Seeing as how we murdered a man in cold blood just to take his gem. Sorry, Jade. More fights. We beat the boss. Can't you guys leave us alone? Why are these monsters even in this forest? The spiders I can understand. And the termants. Oh, right. This is that bridge. You know, the one that they said blew over. We could go back to... what's this called? Grim something or another. The bridge is fixed, little one. That means you can reach Normoon easily through the fort. Easily? What are you talking about, man? The magician in the woods has gone away. The wind has started to blow again. What do you mean easily reach Normoon through the forest? What, through like the million monsters that are just rising up out of the ground at a rate of reproduction that would make rabbits be concerned? Oh well. At least we can beat these weaklings fairly easily. Fairly. I mean, very easily. And yet, still, they get their licks in. That is something you don't really get in this game. You never get, like, a super spell that blows everything away and makes combats meaningless. Okay, we need to go north to Lairpool. Marrow, or Mellow, or... Mallow? Marrow. Great. I wish more enemies did things like this, although I guess quite a few enemies do. You see how they move away from you when they fight? It makes it pretty meaningful, because it changes their position. It makes it difficult to line up good shots. I mean, the orcs kind of did that, right? When they attacked, they would jump forward. And that really helped them bridge the... Oh, great. Really helped them bridge the distance between them and you. It's also an interesting dynamic with an enemy that wants to get away from you, because it wants to freeze you. making its frozen status effect all the more meaningful. Oh well. You guys have no business fighting us. It's amazing what a trip through a cave and a fight with an evil wizard will do to your stats. Wait a minute, why are we walking? We could have just used the wings. Ah, I'm an idiot. Okay, Leela should be here. The wind may have stopped, but the rivers are still flowing in the wrong direction. The ferry boat is broken down, and I seem to be stuck here in this town. Okay. She's just saying the same thing as she said already. I don't think Leela will actually be up here. Oh, she is? Master Brian, the wind is blowing again. I owe you my hearty thanks. You're indeed a special person. In addition to being the protector of this town, I am also the messenger for Epona of Crystal Valley. Epona is a mysterious person. She can see through anything, and there's nothing she doesn't know. She told me there is something she wishes to tell you. Outside the hotel is the room of the Crystal Well. When you are ready, proceed to the well. I will guide you to Epona. Wow. All of this makes way more sense now. Now, I want you to imagine several times through this game, I never went up there and talked to her. I just knew that she appeared down here. But getting all of that information, getting the information about talking to Epona, and then her telling you, hey, outside of this inn is a place that has a well in it that can adjust water levels. All of this really clicks together a lot more sensically. Here we go. I've been expecting you. Release the protective water and open the road to the sacred water Crystal Valley. Cavern entrance will appear after the water has subsided. The cavern is very long and the demons numerous, but you must take this route. I have to make sure you are a genuine magician. Epona is waiting in the valley. All right, please hurry. The water will only subside for a short time. May the spirit watch over you on your way. You just basically sent a 12-year-old to his death, lady. I hope you're happy. And of course we'll find that the water has indeed been lowered. Although, well, we could just go straight... Oh, okay, never mind. I thought this was the path to the Crystal Cavern or whatever, but we need a free spirit out of this. Right, and that leads there. Here we are. Crystal Cavern or something. Something. I think that's where we're going to pause for the day. This cavern is long, but it's not really that difficult, especially after the forest padding our HP and defense out. Most of the monsters at this point in the game won't cause us that much trouble. Well, hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for sticking around. Boy, the recording issues have been crazy today. I have got to, like, become an OBS master or something and figure this all out. Anyway, see you on the next one.